A band rehearsal in County Down for the summer marching season. Save for the shoes, perhaps, all looks like it might have done for decades. But could the summer of 2016, the EU referendum, the vote for Brexit, change old certainties in Northern Ireland? Theresa May recently pointed Jacob Rees-Mogg to an opinion poll which showed, though there's a majority right now still for the union here, that could change. It suggested the margin of victory would be much narrower if there was a hard Brexit, which some in Northern Ireland thought harmed the province. Talking to sources in number 10 in the Irish government and even in the DUP about what's happening in Northern Ireland opinion, you hear phrases like shifting plates and creaking glaciers.
It's ideas that are being floated that were beyond consideration before and certainly wouldn't have been entertained by anyone, including myself, in unionism.
Ian Marshall farms in South Armagh. He was president of the Ulster Farmers' Union, a bastion of unionism. Are people you know in the unionist family now thinking the unthinkable?
Yeah, some are thinking now the unthinkable. I think the demographics have changed, circumstances are different, and I think, you know, when we look to the future, then we have to be mindful of what's gone before and what the opportunities are, and if that resonates with all of the people of Northern Ireland, and if that sits comfortably, then possibly, as you refer to, the unthinkable, you know, people are starting to bear that in mind.
And you're one of those people?
Yeah, I'm a realist, I'm a pragmatist.
Ian Marshall has just been elected as a Northern Ireland voice in the Irish Senate. Professor James Dornan is an obstetrician, gynaecologist and lecturer. He's also from a unionist background.
I would traditionally be thought of as being quite happy with the union, and I have been. It's been very good to me, the union, for educationally and health-wise and everything else in my life. But it's not so much as that I'm thinking the unthinkable. I think everything is on the table at the present.
Including, he thinks, a border poll.
The Unionist, Labour and Alliance parties have urged their supporters to vote to stay with Britain.
The last one in 1973 was boycotted by the nationalist community. The nation was not glued to the results ticker. Professor Dornan says there are already informal talks happening, exploring what kind of united Ireland should be on offer next time. He thinks that could come soon. Do you think a border poll could happen as soon as 2022?
No doubt that it could happen by 2022.
And could be a vote against the union?
Well, I think it could be. I'd love to see against the union as we have at the moment. And there's a lot of people nowadays, and not just me, who are saying, you know what, if somebody offers me a better deal and somebody offers me a good deal, then I would go for it.
Are there any signs of conversations at a senior level that there is any kind of plan being worked out? Is there a back channel?
I'm absolutely sure.
You think that's going on now?
That is going on now.
People in Belfast, people in Dublin,
yep,
at senior levels,
yep,
discussing what a united Ireland, Union of Ireland, might look like?
I think that's definitely going on day and daily.
And how high up are we talking?
I think at every level. I mean, I have...
Close to the highest level?
Absolutely, at the highest level.
A cross-community Irish dancing class in East Belfast. Those of a Protestant background outnumbered the Catholic community tonight. Everyone in Northern Ireland knows the wider demographics are going the other way. Nationalists could outnumber unionists here by the next census in 3 years' time. In the past, a huge chunk of the Catholic population has actually been a bit wary of the idea of united Ireland and has wanted to hold on to the perks of the UK, like the NHS and the welfare state. Is that now changing?
I was not somebody who was beating the table for a united Ireland. I was not somebody who was particularly interested in a united Ireland unless it could be sold to 1 million other people and therefore be workable. And then something happened in me after the vote on Brexit, and I found it was happening in friends as well. We were really quite shocked by it. We were really quite stunned. The way I feel and the way my friends and neighbours felt when we spoke after the Brexit vote was we felt fundamentally insulted. And people who had not been supporting the IRA and who had not been particularly anxious about a united Ireland were now saying, maybe that's where we're going after all.
We gathered some younger voters at Queen's University Belfast. Those with a Catholic background said something was changing.
It's no longer a pipe dream now, and everybody recognises that. We've seen that through the discourse of politics that we've had right now. Even Theresa May has decided to recognise it, which is most bizarre in all of that.
I've always believed in a united Ireland culturally and socially and politically. It's something that I've always aspired to. But when I woke up on the 24th of June, it was the first time that I actually thought, OK, I see the path to this.
Brexit just changed it.
It absolutely changed it.
Not all the unionists in our group were convinced.
I don't think the conversation has changed at all in the unionist community. I would say it's been like a ripple in the water. Perhaps the thought has entered their head and then it has left it soon after.
I don't think it's really changed.
You think people in the unionist community still have the same fears?
Yeah, I still think so.
Very much alive?
Yeah, especially towards older people as well.
In my father's generation, there was never, we come from East Belfast, a very working class area, and there was never really a thought that in his lifetime he would see a border poll, no less a United Ireland. I think in my lifetime that's a credible possibility.
Floating across the symbols of East Belfast loyalism, an evening class for Irish singing. And it's cross-community.
Are most people here from the nearby streets?
Prod. See the way all the takes.
Does this speak of something else that could happen in Northern Ireland? The fact that you're here together. What about actually uniting in one country?
You'll have to ask Linda.
Even in a room like this, an awkward moment.
Oh no, we're on the sticky ground.
We're on the sticky ground now.
That's going a bit far.
Well, I mean, as far as we're concerned, there are people here who have different aspirations, and that's fine.
In retirement, 20 years on from the Good Friday Agreement, one of its architects has this advice for those who want a border poll soon.
Make haste slowly. The reality is that we have in a uniquely complex situation, and to try and barnstorm it with a poll of that nature in a short period of time without doing the groundwork could be very dangerous indeed. We would be doing to the unionists what was done to us, and they would feel exactly the same as we felt for so long, and there would be the danger of violence coming from that.
Hello. I can hear feet going to that time of mine. Please.
Brexit, already weighing down Theresa May and Leo Varadkar's in-trays, has stirred an old debate of enormous potency, bringing it to life earlier than just about anyone had expected.